Yes, yes, I can hear you. Sim, sim, consigo sim. Sim, sim. Sim, sim. Sim, consigo. Oh, there's no response.
Good morning. Yes, I can hear you, friend channel.
There is another announcement. There are headsets, if you have seen them in your chairs. They're headsets they used for interpretation. So I wanted to communicate that the channel 1 is English, channel 2 is French, and the channel 3 is Portuguese. I hope I'm clear on that one. The headsets that are there on the seats there, they are for the interpretation system. Where channel 1 is English, channel 2 is French, and channel 3 is Portuguese. Thank you very much. I'm being told here it's not all the seats that are having these headsets. So in a moment, you might receive yours if you don't have. We still have more of them. In a moment, the speakers and leaders of delegations will be marching in. We are going to begin with Namibia. We're going to have South Africa, Angola, Botswana, Eswatini, Lesotho, Madagascar, Mauritius, Seychelles, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. And also in attendance that are going to also to come in is the Eastern African Legislative Assembly, ECOWAS, and Pan-African Parliament. So in a moment, we're going to have that activity after receiving the president. Then they're going to march in. These are speakers and leaders of delegations from different countries, these countries that I've just mentioned here. Thank you. Thank you.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Mm.
We can have a tell. It's like I'm not. What am I just cooking one in what?
Our distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, the president is here in a moment. Right now he's in the holding room there, but in a moment he's going to be in here. Let's minimize the moving in, moving out. Let's get our seats, phones on silent, on vibration, or just switch them off. Let's do that quickly. Let's get our seats quickly.
Même s'il s'agit d'être jusqu'à 22 heures, on a un souci.
Il avait combien de gigas? Docteur, on a pour ça au chat pour brancher.
C'est vraiment. Ils ont pêché.
Mais combien de gigas?
Non, mais ne crois pas avec des choses, ça va faire toute une journée.
Okay.
Ça va? Bon, ça va. Oui, ils ont fonctionné dans le truc. Ils ont cherché, ça va, hein?
Moi, je n'ai pas battu.
Quoi?
Ils ont cherché. Il est pas dans la robe.
Ah, ouais, ça, tu as dominé, monsieur, c'est bien. C'est vrai.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, that's Namibia. Speaker, leader of delegation from Namibia. Venezuela. Thank you very much. A big hand. Thank you very much. Mozambique. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's Mozambique there. Mozambique, very honorable Congress Marina Vasco. Mozambique. Thank you very much. A big hand there. Thank you very much. We have Namibia. Namibia, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Agnes Mpingama Kapola, MP, leader of delegation. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for South Africa. Thank you very much, South Africa. That's Honorable Mr. Seiso Joe Mohai, MP, leader of delegation. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Here we're supposed to have Angola, but they cancelled due to the demise of the former president who died on 8th of July, 2022. Right now, let's have Botswana. Botswana. That's Right Honorable Pambo Skelemani, MP. Big hand for Botswana. Botswana, ladies and gentlemen. Right Honorable Pandu Skelemani, MP. Thank you very much, sir. Let's have the Kingdom of Eswatini, Right Honorable Petros Mavimbela, MP. Eswatini. Thank you very much, Eswatini there, right? Honorable Petros Mavimbela. Thank you very much, sir. Let's have Lesotho. Lesotho, we have Right Honorable Sepiri Motanyani, MP. Lesotho. Thank you very much. Lesotho, ladies and gentlemen. Right Honorable Sepiri Motanyani, MP. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. We have Madagascar. Madagascar with Right Honorable Luvanina Piatovana, MP, and the Vice President of SADC, PF. Thank you very much, sir. Mauritius is being represented and will attend virtually by Right Honorable Surajadevi Pokel, MP. But now we have Seychelles. United Republic of Tanzania, ladies and gentlemen. Right Honorable Dr. Tulia Ackson, MP. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's from United Republic of Tanzania. And Seychelles is attending virtually. Zambia. Right Honorable Nelly Muti, MP. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you very much. Zambia. Thank you so much. Let's now have Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a big hand. That's Right Honorable Advocate Jacob Francis Zwigomirimo Ogenda. Thank you very much, sir. The speakers and leaders of delegations of regional bodies attending in solidarity of SADC PF. We have East Africa Legislative Assembly. ECOWAS, that's ECOWAS there. Honorable Senate Edward Mervyn Snowy, MP, leader of delegation. Thank you very much, sir. Pan-African Parliament, being represented by Right Honorable Chief Fortune Cherundera, MP, President of the Pan-African Parliament. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm being told the Eastern African Legislative Assembly are attending virtually. Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in a moment, His Excellency, President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera will be here in a moment. He's going to be escorted by the host, the speaker, Right Honorable Catherine Gotamihara MP, and the President of SADC PF, Honorable Christophe Mosanko Diapwanga, and the SADC PF Secretary General, Ms. Rema Sehoma, in a procession that is going to be led by Sergeant at Arms Major Sikaloka Karianti, retired. Thank you very much. Just a reminder, when the president is getting in, we shall all stand and there'll be a fanfare. Then we'll rise for our national day 3 anthems. Ladies and gentlemen, may you all rise. Thank you very much. Let's keep standing.
Okay, Madame Clark, let's. Okay, mon virtual conference, la dit, laissez ma téléphone de plus tard. Merci.
Thank you very much. We may take our seats. Let me invite Reverend Brian Kamendo for an opening prayer.
Let us pray. Our glorious and gracious God, we come before your throne of grace with hearts full of gratitude because of the continent of Africa. We thank you so much, Lord, especially because of the Southern African Development Community, SADC, a regional economic bloc which you've given unto us as a blessing. We thank you so much, Lord, for its leadership, the chairperson, His Excellency, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, and all the leadership within various committees and commissions of this region. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of the esteemed heads of state and government within this composition and the great work that they're doing and serving us in various nations. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of the role that Parliament plays in making the systems of government complete. It is to this end, Lord, that we thank you so much because of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. I thank you so much, Lord, even because of his leadership. The President of SADC Parliamentary Forum, Christoph Mboson Kodea Mkanga, and even the Secretary General, Madam Bono Sekedi. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of all the leaders, heads of delegation that are attending this particular summit in solidarity, both physically but also virtually. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of all the national leadership of our various legislative structures in all this region, Lord. Thank you so much, Lord, for all our speakers and all the members of Parliament in all this forum, God. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of the structure of our National Assembly and the leadership of the Speaker, Right Honorable Catherine Gotani Hara MP, and all the members of Parliament representing all our 193 constituencies. Thank you so much, Lord, even because of the leader of our House, Honorable Richard Tumendobanda MP, and even the leader of opposition, Honorable Odwani Nankuma MP. We thank you so much, Lord, even because of this summit And we really honor you for making it possible. Now today, Father, we thank you that His Excellency is here to officially open this 51st Plenary Assembly of the Parliamentary Forum. We pray, God, that He bless the proceedings of this day. We pray that He bless our leader, You bless SADC, You bless SADC PF, and indeed bless Mother Malawi. It is in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ that we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much for that opening prayer. That's Reverend Brian Kamwindo. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus Makacho Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi. Your Honor, Catherine Gotani, MP, Speaker of Parliament of Malawi. Christoph Mboso Kodia Wanga, MP, President of SADC Parliamentary Forum. All the honorable speakers and leaders of delegation here present. Honorable Senator Chief Fortune Charundira, President of Pan-Africa Parliament, and all the members of the Pan-African Parliament here present. Honorable Senator Edwin Melvin Snowy Jr. MP, representative of the ECOWAS Parliament. Your Honor, Martin Karoli Ngoga, MP, Speaker of the East Africa Legislative, attending visually. All the Cabinet and the Deputy Ministers here present. Ms. Boema Sahoma, Secretary General of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, and all the members of the SADC Parliamentary Forum here present. Honorable Company Nankwa, MP, Leader of Opposition in Parliament. Ms. Colin Zamba, Secretary to the President and Cabinet, and all the government officials here present. Honorable Patrick Zebulon Shirondora, Regional Chairman, Center of Malawi Congress Party, MCP, and all regional members here present. Your Excellencies, heads of mission and international organizations here present. Your Majesties, Inkosi Mberwa 5, Inkosi Bomani 5, Paramount Chief Kawinga, and all the traditional leaders here present. Honorable Alfred Gia, Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Center, and all members of Parliament here present. Your Worship, Richard Banda, Mayor of the City of Lilongwe. Reverend Brian Kamwindo, the officiating clergy, and all the religious leaders here present. Distinguished delegates to the 51st Plenary Assembly of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. And welcome to this 51st Plenary of the Southern African Development Community SADC Parliamentary Forum, a regional interparliamentary board which is composed of members of parliament from SADC, member states, and of course, national parliaments representing over 3,500 parliamentarians in the SADC region. It was established by the SADC Summit on September 8, 1997, and the forum consists of presiding officers and the maximum of 5 representatives elected by the national parliament of each member state. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the main aim of this forum is to provide a platform to support and improve regional integration through parliamentary involvement and promote best practices in the role of parliaments and in regional integration and cooperation. This 51st Plenary Assembly is focusing on energy under the theme towards energy efficiency, sustainability, self-sufficiency in the SADC region. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, let me invite the SADC PF Secretary General, Ms. Boema Sahoma, for credentials of delegates. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi and Chairperson of SADC, the Right Honorable Catherine Gotani Hara, MP, Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi, Justice Kenyatta Miranda, who is representing the Chief Justice and all judges here present, President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum and Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Christophe Mboso Kodi-Akwanga, distinguished honorable speakers and heads of delegations from member parliaments of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Honorable Senator Chief Fortune Chirumbira, President of the Pan-African Parliament, Honorable Martin Karoli Ngoga, Speaker of the East Africa Legislative Assembly, Honorable Senator Adrian Marvin Snowy, Jr., Member of Parliament representing Right Honorable Sidia Mohammed Tunis, Speaker of ECOWAS Parliament, the Chairperson of the Regional Women's Parliamentary Caucus, Honorable Regina Esperan, the First Deputy Speaker, Honorable Madalito Kazombo, MP, the Dean of the Diplomatic Corps in Malawi, the Norway Ambassador, Your Excellency, Mr. Stenia Eagle Hagen, and all members of the Diplomatic Corps here present, His Excellency Omar Ernesto Bertoran Paredes, Ambassador of Venezuela to the Republic of Namibia, members of the Diplomatic Corps here present, leaders of the House, Leader of the House, Honorable Richard Chimwendo Banda, MP, Leader of the Opposition, Honorable Kondwani Naukumwa, MP, members of the Business Committee and the Parliamentary Service Commission from the Parliament of Malawi, Honorable Alfred Gia, MP for this constituency, Lilongwe City Center, and all other honorable members from the Parliament of Malawi here present. Your Worship, the Mayor of the City of Lilongwe, Councillor Richard Banda, clerks and secretaries general of member parliaments, international cooperating partners, staff of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, and all staff of member parliaments, distinguished guests, members of the media, members or armies in social media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor bestowed on me in my capacity as a Secretary General to give introductory remarks to this 51st Plenary Assembly session of the Southern African Development Parliamentary Forum. As the 51st Plenary Assembly gets underway in earnest in this splendid city of Lilongwe, I wish to seize this opportunity to pay tribute to the glorious diversity of foreign delegates present today from both sides of the House at national level. This diversity truly is a testimony to the inclusive configuration of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, which fully nurtures its role as an independent parliamentary within the SADC institutional framework. Almost 2 weeks after the forum joined the world in commemorating the International Day of Parliamentarism on the 30th of June 2022, this plenary assembly vibrantly echoes the commitment of the region to parliamentary democracy. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, over the years, the forum has illustriously demonstrated that it not only chalks out its resolutions, but carries them to completion. This also shows that despite enduring challenges, the forum and its member parliaments form a resilient and unflinching partnership. In the face of COVID-19 and the recent rise in fuel and commodity prices, SADC citizens look up to parliaments to bring about the desired change. As we meet today, the global economic crisis threatens to roll back many of the gains painstakingly made by parliaments and countries of the region, whether it is in combating corruption, promoting intra-Africa trade, eradicating poverty, promoting agriculture, strengthening public health, adapting to climate change, protecting human rights, and advocating for gender equality. All too often, SADC member states face the ravages of natural disasters, such as cyclones, pest infestations, floods, or periods of protracted drought. All these challenges require our undivided attention. As we strive to rebuild our economies in the wake of COVID-19, the need to act as one against corruption can never be overemphasized. Far too long, corruption has remained a cancer which undermines development and slows down the economic growth of the SADC member states. The time for accelerated action is now. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, during the 51st Plenary Assembly, as key motions are debated on the floor of this House, there is need for parliaments to simultaneously address competing concerns, which entail recovering the economy to counteract the impact of the pandemic and the rise in commodity prices. We must work to ensure that development occurs unimpeded. At the same time, this development should address gender mainstreaming from a human rights approach, be fully aligned with regional agendas such as Africa Agenda 2063. This must be vigorously implemented. In addition, there is a need to consider how to heighten intra-Africa trade through the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and ensure that African women are empowered through entrepreneurship to tap into the envisaged economic gains. As we empower young girls through education, women must be empowered through opportunities which are offered by an equitable society that does not discriminate on the basis of gender or sex. Integrating gender considerations at policy level in the field of public health, as well as business and trade facilitation, will be the harbinger of sustainable development for Africa as we recover from COVID-19. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, in this process, we must take into account Africa's demographic dividend, the youth. If we accept, as we should, that we hold this planet in trust for future generations, we must prioritize youth involvement and participation in all areas of development. Furthermore, we should reflect on the available avenues to invoke the World Trade Organization flexibilities in view of facilitating the trade landscape with regard to patents and tariff barriers. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, the challenges faced in the region is admittedly daunting. This is because it requires an innovative strategy that ensures that previous agendas are not abruptly replaced by emerging issues, but are combined into powerful and coherent reform policies. The membership of the Plenary Assembly, represented by delegates from all 15 member parliaments, is thus the ideal platform to share experiences and engage on high-level reflections about the workable way forward to address the multiple challenges facing the region, including the multiple challenges of energy crisis, which is weaved into the theme of this plenary. This august assembly has always been and should continue to be an agent of change at regional level, with its resolutions trickling down to national level with the support of member parliaments. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, ultimately, our aim is to increase the quality of life and standard of living of our fellow citizens within SADC. As we do that, the forum will endeavor to ensure that the poor teenage girl is able to attend school unimpeded and is not forced to marry early. That when she does not have books to study, the state intervenes to provide such educational resources. When that girl seeks employment that befits her qualifications, there is no discrimination to prevent her recruitment. When that girl secures employment, her salary is commensurate with the job description and not less than that of boys performing the same job. We must make it possible for the girl to eventually earn a decent living from which she can secure adequate shelter, potable water, and sufficient food for herself and her family. That when as a young woman, she decides to get married, when she wants, it is completely on her own terms. That within her marriage, she is not abused or tortured in any form. That when she decides to bear children, it is when she's physically and mentally ready to do so. That the world she lives in is not corrupt, and that her hard work pays and translates into progress for the next generations. Your Excellency, honorable members, distinguished delegates, in the next few days, we'll receive reports from the relevant standing committees of the forum and appreciate issues such as constitutionalism, the rule of law, and culture for human rights and will come to the fore. Issues of human rights will come to the fore, I beg your pardon. This will hopefully prompt this August Assembly to reflect on how to ensure that we make the life of the teenage girl better, to enable her to shatter the proverbial glass ceiling. Our forum has evolved into a think tank and a platform for dialogue and a dais to find durable solutions from a parliamentary perspective. We must continue on that trajectory. On this strategic note, and in line with parliamentary practice of this August Assembly, allow me now to inform our guest of honor that this 51st Plenary Assembly session has drawn delegates from the following countries, physically and virtually. Many of them are here with us today. Others are joining us virtually. I wish to humbly request the delegates to kindly rise or wave for the benefit of the guest of honor as I introduce your country. From the Democratic Republic of Congo, a delegation of 7 members, including Senate, led by Honorable Christophe Mboso Odia Kwanga, the Speaker of the Parliament and President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum.
You practice the words for the play. Do you still remember?
Democratic Republic of Congo.
These ones I think you know by heart now, right?
You're welcome. From the Republic of Botswana, a delegation of 6 members led by Honorable Pandu Tombola Chaha Skeleman, Speaker of the Parliament of Botswana. We are glad you are with us. From the Mountain Kingdom of Lesotho, a delegation of 4 members led by the Right Honorable Sipiri Mutanyani, Speaker of the Parliament. I wish to point out that in view of the impending elections to be held in October 2022 and the imminent dissolution of Parliament in a week's time, the other delegates will be joining us virtually. You're welcome, Honorable Speaker. From the Kingdom of Eswatini, a delegation of 6 members, led by Honorable Petros Mazimbela, Speaker of the National Assembly. From the island state of Madagascar, a delegation of 5 members, led by Honorable Dr. Fiarovana Nobarinira Celestin, MP, and Vice President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. You are most welcome. From the warm heart of Africa and our gracious host of the 51st Plenary Assembly, the Republic of Malawi, we have a delegation of 17 members led by the Right Honorable Catherine Gotani-Hara, Speaker of Parliament. Thank you for having us. From another island state of Mauritius, a delegation of 4 members led by Honorable Sorojev Poke, GCSK Gosk, Speaker of the National Assembly. Thank you, and you're most welcome. From the Republic of Namibia, a delegation of 5 members led by Honorable Agnes Mpingana Kafula, MP. Thank you. From yet another island state of the Seychelles, a delegation of 6 members led by Honorable Roger Massien, Speaker of the National Assembly, who are attending virtually. Thank you, you're most welcome. From the Parliament of South Africa, a delegation of 5 members led by Honorable Siso Joel Mohai, MP. Your Excellency, honorable members, please join me in extending a special welcome to the Honorable Dr. Tuli Ackson, MP, Speaker of the United Republic of Tanzania, who is attending the Plenary Assembly for the first time. The Honorable Speaker is leading a delegation of 6 members. From the Parliament of Zambia, a delegation of 7 members led by the Right Honorable Leli Butete Kashumba Muti, Speaker of Parliament. From Zimbabwe, a delegation of 6 members led by Honorable Advocate Jacob Francis Nziramililo Mudenda, Speaker of the National Assembly. You're welcome. From our Secretariat, a delegation of 10 staff members supporting me. Last but not least, all the staff from the Parliament of Malawi and member parliaments here present, without whose support, dedication, and professionalism, our plenary assembly session would flounder. Your Excellency, it is pleasing to note that we have 14 out of the 15 member parliaments represented physically and virtually. This is commendable. The Comoros, being the 16th member of the Southern Africa Development Community, is yet to join the SADC Parliamentary Forum. On a sad note, Angola could not attend due to the passing on of the former president, José Eduardo dos Santos. May his soul rest in peace. The 12 member parliaments are physically present. The parliaments of Mauritius and Seychelles are participating virtually, while part of Lesotho delegations are participating virtually. Out of the 14 SADC Parliamentary Forum parliaments, 10 delegations are led by speakers and 4 by members of parliaments, as the representatives, honorable speakers, were unable to attend. Your Excellency, it will be recalled that the SADC member states have committed to gender equality and women's empowerment through Article 12 on representation, Article 13 on participation, and Article 5 on special measures. The following is worth noting. My sincere apologies. I skipped Mozambique. My sincere apologies, Mozambique. From the Republic of Mozambique, a delegation of 4 members led by Honorable Carlos Moreira Vasco, MP, expected to arrive later today. Present, we have the Honorable Thank you, you're most welcome. Apologies for that. In Article 5 on special measures, the following is worth noting, that out of the 15 honorable speakers of the SADC member parliaments, 6 are female, representing 40%. Present here are 10 male honorable speakers and 3 female honorable speakers, representing 27%. Delegations led by women speakers are our host, Malawi, Tanzania, and Zambia. We also have Mozambique and Namibia being led by women members of parliament. Allow me also to indicate that the total number of delegates is 79, of which 49 are male and 38 are female, representing 47%. I'm pleased to say that we are nearing the 50% benchmark for female representation in the House. Apparently, I'm well informed that there are only 2 young youth MPs among us. Your Excellency, honorable speakers, honorable members, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we also have invited observers who are international cooperating partners, civil society organizations, media, and partners with whom we share technical support. Allow me to acknowledge the foreign regional parliaments and ambassador of Venezuela. From the Pan-African Parliament, a delegation of 5, led by His Excellency, the newly elected 6th President of the Pan-African Parliament. Honorable Senator Chief Fortune Chirumbira, I'm sure the whole House would like to join me in extending a hearty congratulations to His Excellency.
remain generally peaceful and significant progress has been made to guarantee social economic growth as well as political stability. This is highly commendable, and we appreciate you, Mr. President, for your leadership and excellent work. Mr. President, Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased and honored to deliver this brief solidarity message on behalf of the Right Honorable Speaker, Dr. C.D. Mohammed Tunis, Speaker of the ECOWAS Parliament, who would have loved to be here with you today, but could not due to other pressing regional engagements. It is, however, very important to note that our participation in this forum signifies our growing warmth and cordial relationship, and I must seize this opportunity to thank the leadership and members of SADC Parliamentary Forum for the successful record and proven ability in steering the affairs of this august body. At the establishment of this parliamentary forum, a quarter of a century ago, the founding fathers envisioned a body that would promote the respect for human rights and freedom, one that would preserve the values of good governance, democracy, and transparency, as well as gender equality and peace. I must admit that records available to us today speaks of significant progress being made in these fronts. Though there remain challenges to overcome, we are confident that SADC Parliamentary Forum will continue to promote these ideas, which we all affirm to deeply. Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your selected theme for this year's forum, towards energy efficiencies to sustainability and self-sufficiency in the SADC region, is most appropriate. Understanding the greater issues of energy efficiency, building capacity in energy management, encouraging research and development in energy technologies, and soliciting public interest on the role of private sectors in energy conversations are issues that are expected to be the core of your deliberation. Granted that improving energy efficiency is about dollar and cent, we must equally agree that its impact on society goes a long way beyond financial outcomes. It is about protecting our energy resources and ensuring environmental sustainability for the benefit of future generations. I have no doubt, Mr. President, that because of the quality of experts and MPs invited here to this forum for deliberation, your deliberation will be rewarding to the sector largely untapped, and that of the improvement of the standards of living across your region. As for the ECOWAS Parliament and the ECOWAS region, we continue to emphasize that private sector engagement is fundamental to our goals and achievements in Member of Parliament and the Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi. The President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum and the Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Honorable Christophe Mboso Nkodia Panga. Distinguished speakers and heads of delegations from member parliaments of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, the vice presidents, I'm actually accompanied by one of my vice presidents, I have 4 vice presidents representing 4 regions, and Southern Africa being the 5th region where I'm president. So I'm being accompanied by the vice president, or the vice presidents, the member of the PAP Bureau, from the Gabon, Central Africa. And you can ask him to stand up. Honorable is in this room. He doesn't quite understand English, or he's there. He speaks French. Thank you. The Secretary General of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Mrs. Boemo Segoma. And then I stand on the rest of the protocol. A warm and fraternal greeting to you all from the Bureau of the Pan-African Parliament. I probably deliberately make reference to the Bureau of the Pan-African Parliament, represented here by the SADC Vice President, who is accompanying me, Honorable Francois Ango Tome, and myself. This is a pointed reaffirmation to the SADC Parliamentary Forum that the Pan-African Parliament is well and truly based in action and fully operational. And that's the message I'm carrying to you this morning. Indeed, the Pan-African Parliament successfully conducted peaceful, free, fair, and incredible elections on Wednesday, 29 June 2022, premised on the observance of the principle of protection and leadership, which was founded and is one of the founding values and founding principles of the African Union, and indeed SADC. The elections were supervised by the African Union, and the team was led by the African Union Commission, led by Chairperson, His Excellency Musa Faki. I believe by now the elections were really very successful and a far cry from the acrimony, the hostility and the deep-seated divisions that you all witnessed in May 2021. The election of the president, that is myself, we proceeded to elect the 4 vice presidents representing the Eastern region, Central, North, and West. So now we have a 4 bureau. That's the leadership of the parliament, president and the 4 vice presidents at PAP. And the bureau then proceeded to supervise election of committee bureaucracies, that is chair, vice, and the rapporteur for each committee. We have 11 committees, and then the 12th is the Women's Caucus, and then the 13th, the Youth Caucus. All those are in place now and operational. And a very interesting paradox was that during the election of the president, we talked of protection. The whole that there was a bit of acrimony. When we applied protection to committee elections and the caucuses, everybody was very excited. And today, everybody is very happy with the manner in which we came up with the bureaus and the bureaus of committees and regional caucuses. In essence, all the structures of the Pan-African Parliament are now fully in place. And this Continental Parliament is now primed for takeoff towards, as you all know, strengthening continental solidarity, cooperation and development, and promoting peace, security, and stability on the African continent. It would be remiss of me not excellent logistical and hospitality arrangements put in place by the host country, the Republic of South Africa. The South African government provided a conducive environment for the conduct of the peaceful elections. South Africa is a reflection and a united continent of Africa. I believe where we are today. The risk of sounding paradoxical, allow me to say I'm humbled and also before you today is the recently inaugurated president of the Pan-African responsibility for the position of president of Pan-Africa. I'm acutely aware that without that support, that we demonstrated as a region in fighting for justice, equity, and fairness here today to deliver this solidarity. I see here, for few thoughts of the principle of protectional leadership is one of the unchanging founding values of the African Union. It is befitting, therefore, that my first official assignment as president of the PAP is to deliver a solidarity message to this region that stood with me right to the triumphant end. I seek your indulgence now to depart from the usual prepared speeches. Your Excellency Kahara, I have neither the appropriate vocabulary nor the linguistic proficiency to translate my gratitude into words. I'm aware that the Malawi Parliament, the Parliamentary Commission, the restrictive structure speak as a distinct officer of nature. I am humbled, Your Excellency. That is the courage to make tough decisions, leadership that sets aside self-interest for the greater good in leadership that is evident in the quality of its actions. Your Excellency, today without a shadow of doubt that your delegation, led by Honorable Ezekiel Peter Chingoma, stood with me to the very successful end. And I'll remember this throughout my life. We can only learn from and hopefully emulate such exemplary and selfish leadership by Excellency, Honorable President and Speaker, Right Honorable your delegation. And I say, Zikomo family. To the President of the SADC PF, Honorable Speaker Mosso Kodia Pan, Christophe, and all SADC speakers, the emphasize all SADC speakers, I am aware that prior to the election, you convened a meeting wherein all SADC speakers committed to running their PAP delegations in support of my candidature. Pursuant to this, I must affirm that the DRC PAP delegation, the Angola delegation, the Botswana delegation, Lesotho delegation, Eswatini, Namibia delegation, Madagascar delegation, the Mauritius and the Mozambique delegation, Seychelles, South Africa, Zambia, Malawi delegations assure us that the leaders of delegations and they is advised by their speakers story behind the candidature. And I thank you for this. On the eve of the elections, the Southern Regional Caucus met. On the eve of elections, the Southern Regional Caucus met and unanimously endorsed my sole candidate for the position of President of the Pan-African Parliament. Honorable speakers, your parliamentarians heeded your clarion call, and the rest, as they say, is a history. History will salute you, honorable speakers, for your commitment to a noble cause, both in word and deed. Merci beaucoup. To my speaker, Honorable Jacob Francis Shidamlino Mudenda, a father figure in the pillar of strength throughout the struggle for rotation and leadership. My gratitude knows no bounds. Honorable Speaker Mudenda, despite your such senior position in the actions of power, you traversed the length and breadth of the country and campaigning on my behalf. The depth of such commitment and humility from the highest office in Parliament is truly unfathomable. You remain a source of wise counsel and an immovable pillar of strength, never doubting the justice of our cause. You saw more talent and ability in me than I saw in myself, and helped to bring it out. Even I commend this honorable task of leading the Continental Parliament. I'm comforted that you are in my corner, no matter what happens. You will not throw in the towel. My professional background, my professional I should say, have enlisted in me and sure and unfortunately the push and mentor in you, Honorable Speaker Mudenda, forever. With you on the side, I'm going to easily understand that, to understand what the late Canadian author Bob Proctor meant when he said, mentoring is a brain to pitch, an intuition, and a push in the right direction. Madam Speaker, Victor Magambiri. Some lessons stand out for me in this protracted struggle for equity, fairness, justice within the Pan-African Parliament. And these lessons should also serve as cautionary note to the SADC PF. And as a rotation in our leadership brings predictability. Predictability brings certainty. Certainty fosters stability, and the stability engenders peace. I do not school the SADC PF on rotational leadership because I'm aware they performed with excellence on issues of rotational leadership already. But just to remind them that nothing, no temptation could make you abandon rotational leadership. Instead, for now, I need to commend SADC PF. It is true, some of you may not be aware that the principle of rotational leadership was observed by the Pan-African Parliament like in 2004. Until it was subverted in 2015 and again in 2018. And that is what led to the acrimony in 2021 when people said enough is enough. We cannot allow the subversion of rotation forever in part. Then you heard of no rotation, no rotation. It was a defense of the founding values and the principles of the AU, now the AU. Believe me, in 2015 and 2018, elections were just as acrimonious as those of the 2021, as we fought for the rotation to be respected. The only difference between 2021 and 2018 and 2015 was that the social media then had not developed as it had done in 2021. So people did not follow what was happening in 2015 because of the undeveloped technology then. My point is that rotation brings predictability to how we do things. We took over the presidency in southern region. Where 2024, this predictability is critically important for stability, equity, and sustainability. The certainty in our latent strength is our latent strength, and we must guard it generously. The subversion of rotation at PAP brought the pandemonium, and we see that PAP with that route. But you have done well so far, and are shining equal to the vision in the entire continent. So guard the principle of rotation. In the same way, I am to be one of the divisive influence of colonial languages. The Africans, we are inherently one people, and the natural languages are intricately intertwined, and we share common phrases which points to our intimate relations. None of us are French by birth. In such, none of us are either English or Portuguese. It is the main regions which are still living today. Without the linguistic differences, our continent, in terms of imperialistic imposition, and sadly, we've allowed ourselves to be divided by the cell. Language has been at the heart of contending forces at the Pan-African Parliament, and I hope and pray that this will never be a source of disunity within SADC. What unites us as African people is languages. At the end of it all, we are all Africans and people. Let me move to the big project by the SADC to transform or transition into a SADC parliament. We must recognize and acknowledge that the Pan-African Parliament and the SADC operate in the same space. We have two different rings of the same heart. The Pan-African Parliament is compelled by Rule 4, its rules and procedure, to promote, and I quote, to promote the presidency of the policies SADC regional parliament, be rest assured that the Pan-African Parliament, under my leadership, collectively seek to strengthen synergic collaboration with the SADC Parliament and similar regional economic communities and their legislative bodies, both at the political and administrative levels. We have no choice, as we are in fact kindred spirits with a lot to learn from each other. I am aware that you are currently mobilizing support for the adoption of the amendment to the treaty and protocol that will officially establish or transform the SADC into a parliament. We at the Pan-African Parliament are doing exactly the same. Currently, the Pan-African Parliament has no legislative powers. We only produce model laws. We are also trying to get what is called the Plenary protocol to be ratified by 28 countries so that it become legislative. Currently, only 14 out of 28. We have to reach 28 for that protocol to become effective. It seems the road has been very painful, sorry. So in that regard, let me also point out that I'm sure you are already aware that the transformation process is a long and arduous one, painstaking. And I may take this opportunity to plead Your Excellency, President Chakwera, President here, but also representing the whole SADC. Want to appeal to you on behalf, even though the SADC Parliamentary Forum, even the Pan African Parliament, the issues are the same. That if we could encourage our governments to ratify the Malabo Protocol, the SADC protocols, so that these two are transitioned into legislative parliaments. ECOWAS have done it. They have those powers. For PAP, the European Parliament have those powers. So maybe through you, Your Excellency, we plead that you persuade your other colleagues to support this cause. These parliaments were established by our heads of state. Only deliberate wrote and declared that these parliaments will eventually become legislative. So we should have enough energy and enthusiasm to push for that agenda. This Pan African Parliament, we've been struggling for 2 decades now to get the Malabo Protocol ratified. But for me, regardless of the 11-month long period it has taken, I still prefer to see the glass as half full instead of half empty. We have made progress, no matter how labor the pace, because power is never given just like that. Because by getting those legislative powers, you are also taking some powers from member states. The idea is never despair. SADC Parliamentary Forum, never despair. Never be discouraged regardless of the enormity of the challenges. We should keep negotiating. We should keep pushing until we get there. I thus throw down the gauntlet to the political and administrative leadership of IPF to leverage on the presence also of a son from this region who is at the apex of Pan African Parliament to strengthen mutual cooperation between the Pan African Parliament and the SADC Parliamentary Forum. As Henry Ford rightly said, coming together is a beginning. Getting together is a progress. Working together is success. So we should work together. We've come together in this 51st Plenary Assembly. We shall keep together through exploring other platforms of mutual engagement and collaboration at both political and administrative level. I pledge that we shall work together now more than ever before for the development and prosperity of our continent and our people. In doing so, we must never forget the women and the youth. In line with the post-millennium development agenda, the crime must always be leave no one and no place behind. As we gear up for sustainable development and prosperity for the organizers of first plenary assembly in the timely theme, which is towards energy efficiency, sustainability and self-sufficiency in the Southern region. Could not have come at a more opportune time in view of the current global developments, including climate change. It has brought focus on renewable energy. The Russia-Ukraine conflict has resulted in an unprecedented global increase in the price of fuel, and the attendant inflationary pressures on the continent. Granted, global development allows us to look for alternative energy solutions, but in embracing the changes arising from climate change, there are no winners and losers in this issue. The jury is still out only the debate on which type of energy to embrace, and by extension, which type of energy to abandon. Even at the conference of parties, COP meetings, this remains a highly contentious and divisive issue on which we must trade with caution. The forum has done well to initiate the debate on this matter and must continue to encourage engagement in a constructive and empathetic manner. I thank you for this opportunity. I thank you again, SADC, for the support. Long live SADC Parliament and similar regional institutions. Long live the African Parliament. Long live our bonds of solidarity and collaboration. Our operative mantra should always be one SADC, one voice, one IAMA, one voice, one ECOWAS, one voice. Ultimately, one Africa, one voice, Zipo Mokambiri.
Thank you very much. There was a statement of solidarity from Pan-African Parliament, President of the Pan-African Parliament, Honorable Senator Chief Kochon Cherumbira. Thank you very much. A big hand to him. Thank you so much. As we continue with the statement of solidarity, we're also expected to have the East African Legislative Assembly by Right Honorable Martin Karoli Ngoga, MP, Speaker of EOLA, and this one is attending virtually, and we are expecting to have this solidarity statement later in the program. But we will continue with another statement by the Regional Women's Parliamentary Caucus Chairperson, who is Honorable Regina Esperon, MP. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. That statement is, we don't have that statement. Your Excellency, we will continue with the program as I call upon the SADC PF President and the Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Christophe Mboso Odia Panga, for an address. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Yeah. I'm winning. I don't know. I don't understand.
It seems we are having some technological challenges. Bear with us. Thank you very much. We'll continue with the visual presentation later in the program. But now let me call upon the President of SADC PF for his address. We'll continue that way with the SADC President of SADC PF President, who is the Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Christophe Mboso Odia Panga. We continue with the program like that. The visual presentation, and we'll do it later in the program as we go along. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Excellence, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy, Chakwera. Président de la République du Malawi et distingués invités d'honneur de la 51e Assemblée plénière. Honorable Président du Parlement, membre de la SADC et chef de délégation. Honorable Président du Parlement panafricain. Honorables membres, distingués invités à vos titres et qualités respectifs. Je tiens avant toute chose, au nom de tous les membres du Forum parlementaire de la SADC et au mien propre, à remercier respectueusement Son Excellence, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy, Chakwera, président de la République de Malawi et président en exercice de la SADC, d'avoir daigné repousser de sa présence la cérémonie d'ouverture de cette 51e Assemblée plénière du Forum parlementaire de la SADC, en dépit de ses multiples charges d'État. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, votre présence à la présente cérémonie témoigne de l'importance que vous accordez aux travaux parlementaires, en particulier, et à la promotion de la démocratie dans notre région en général. Excellence, Monsieur le Président, permettez-moi de vous exprimer, une fois de plus, toute notre gratitude pour nous avoir ainsi honorés. Au nom du Forum parlementaire de la SADC et au mien propre, nous remercions Son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, et le peuple frère de Malawi d'avoir accepté d'abriter les présentes assises. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorable Président, membre de la SADC, honorable membre distingués invités, c'est un immense honneur et motif de fierté pour moi de vous souhaiter la bienvenue et de m'adresser à cette auguste 51e Assemblée plénière du Forum. Je voudrais m'acquitter d'un agréable devoir, celui de vous féliciter, de féliciter le Parlement du Malawi pour sa chaleureuse hospitalité et l'accueil de cette Assemblée plénière. En dépit de circonstances actuelles, marquées par la période post-pandémie de la COVID, le Parlement du Malawi n'a ménagé aucun effort pour rendre possible la présente session. Encore une fois, merci et Zico. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres, comme vous le savez, la 51e Assemblée plénière a pour thème vers l'efficacité énergétique, la viabilité et l'autosuffisance dans la région de la SADC. C'est elle traduit les préoccupations actuelles sur les questions de l'énergie, du changement climatique et sur la sécurité alimentaire. La crise multiforme qui découle de ces sujets oblige les États de la région à s'orienter vers les solutions innovantes, notamment des énergies vertes, renouvelables et non polluantes, tout en veillant à ce que leurs coûts soient accessibles à nos concitoyens. Les délibérations autour du dit thème permettront aux parlementaires de mettre à la disposition de gouvernements respectifs des propositions innovantes. Honorable Président de la République, honorables membres, comme indiqué dans ce thème, résoudre cette crise permettra aux États de la SADC de se libérer des entraves énergétiques qui plombent le développement de nos États respectifs. Pour garantir l'autonomie en matière de production de l'énergie, il nous revient d'assurer la promotion de législation qui favorise ce secteur. Mener une bonne politique en cette matière donnerait la possibilité à nos États de réaliser les économies et donc de renforcer leur indépendance. Il nous appartient donc, comme parlementaires, d'interagir ensemble et de développer des stratégies de coopération qui faciliteront les transferts de compétences et de connaissances ainsi que le partage de technologies. En procédant ainsi, nos États mutualiseront leurs efforts et tireront des avantages profitables à tous. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres, distingués invités, je ne saurais conclure ce chapitre sans rappeler que certains États de notre région sont en avance dans la maîtrise des énergies solaires et éoliennes. Le partage d'expériences dans ces domaines est nécessaire afin de faire bénéficier à la communauté régionale de ces progrès innovants en matière de production de l'énergie. Je voudrais donc rappeler que les mêmes préoccupations feront l'objet du 42e sommet des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de la SADC qui aura lieu à Kinshasa en août prochain. L'examen de ces questions énergétiques au dit sommet visera à ne point en douter à promouvoir l'intégration entre les États de notre région. On ne saurait oublier l'intégration de la dimension genre dans le secteur des énergies renouvelables. Ceci permettra
de promouvoir l'inclusion, l'égalité d'accès aux ressources et à la budgétisation des initiatives énergétiques. Excellences, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres et distingués invités, je me félicite d'assurer la direction de notre institution à un moment de grande réforme. En effet, comme la 50e Assemblée plénière tenue en décembre 2021 avait adopté la loi type de la SADC sur la violence basée sur le genre, la présente session plénière procédera notamment à l'adoption de la loi type de la SADC sur la gestion de finances publiques. Ces principes fondamentaux de la gestion de finances publiques renforceront la bonne gouvernance et l'utilisation appropriée des fonds publics. Notre région ne saurait être le foyer de démocratie prospère et florissante sans faire la gestion de finances publiques un pilier inébranlable de l'administration publique de nos États. Excellences, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres, distingués invités, la redevabilité et la transparence dans le flou des fonds publics garantissent la bonne gestion des finances publiques ainsi que le rôle des citoyens. Il va sans dire que le Parlement doit jouer son rôle en matière de bonne gestion des finances publiques en exerçant un contrôle permanent des finances publiques. Force est de souligner que la loi type sur la gestion des finances publiques est l'une des rares initiatives en cette matière. Son adoption dans quelques jours confirmera la position du Forum en tant qu'organisation interparlementaire de renom. Excellences, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres distingués invités, je tiens à saluer les parlements membres pour les efforts consentis permettant au Forum de progresser dans son programme de transformation. Il vous souviendra qu'en août 2021, le 41e sommet des chefs d'État et de gouvernement de la SADC, réunis à Lilongwe, au Malawi, a approuvé la transformation du forum parlementaire de la SADC en un parlement régional. Nous exprimons donc notre gratitude à son Excellence, le docteur Lazarus McCarthy Chekwera, président de la République du Malawi, notre invité d'honneur aujourd'hui, pour son leadership lors du 10 sommet en vue d'obtenir la transformation du forum. Cela démontre sans aucun doute la ferme conviction de la République du Malawi de favoriser la démocratie interparlementaire parmi les États membres de la SADC. Nos remerciements s'adressent également à tous les chefs d'État et de gouvernement d'avoir doté notre région d'un parlement régional, à l'instar de 4 autres régions d'Afrique. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres distingués invités, je vous assure que les processus juridiques sont en cours pour donner effet à la décision du sommet de la SADC. Il est question de formuler l'amendement au traité de la SADC et ensuite d'approuver les protocoles créant le Parlement de la SADC. J'espère que le 42e sommet permettra de franchir de nouvelles étapes en faveur de la transformation. J'invite le Parlement de la SADC à maintenir l'élan actuel afin d'obtenir l'amendement au traité de la SADC pour la majorité requise, à savoir de 3/4 des pays membres. Je remercie le secrétariat de la SADC pour son implication dans le processus administratif de transformation. Il convient de noter que la création du Parlement régional de la SADC renforcera l'identité géographique et rapprochera les parlements membres dans un esprit de coopération et de diplomatie. Ça sera également une avancée significative dans la réalisation du plan stratégique du forum marqué par la notion de parlementarisme régional. Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, honorables membres distingués invités, comment ne pas évoquer ici la brillante élection de l'honorable Fortune Starumbira à la tête du Parlement panafricain. Occasion pour moi de lui souhaiter plein succès et un fructueux mandat au nom de notre forum. Cette élection est la preuve de la cohésion et de la solidarité de notre région, de sa détermination de vivre ensemble et sa capacité à s'exprimer d'une seule et même voix chaque fois que de besoin. Les rôles joués par le Malawi aux côtés de l'Afrique du Sud et de la Tanzanie dans la constitution et l'opérationnalisation de la brigade d'intervention rapide de la MONUSCO en 2012, qui a contribué à la défaite du M23, mouvement terroriste qui sévit à l'est de la République démocratique du Congo, constitue constitue une nouvelle de preuves éloquentes de cette cohésion inébranlable des États membres de la SADC. Au nom du président de la République démocratique du Congo, Son Excellence Félix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo, et de l'ensemble du peuple congolais, je tiens à exprimer aux pays membres de la SADC notre profonde gratitude et notre attachement à la SADC. C'est ici l'occasion de souligner l'unité de notre région face aux situations d'insécurité préoccupantes qui perdurent en République démocratique du Congo et au Mozambique. Nul n'ignore que les populations de ces deux pays membres de la SADC payent un lourd tribut des affres du terrorisme. Ces deux États, la République démocratique du Congo et le Mozambique, attendent des parlementaires de la SADC la condamnation sans équivoque de l'activisme des groupes terroristes et des États qui les soutiennent. En effet, nul n'ignore que le M23 qui sévit à l'est de la République démocratique du Congo constitue les bras armés du Rwanda. Par ailleurs, je salue les efforts de médiation de Son Excellence João Lourenço, président de la République de l'Angola, pour mettre fin à cette guerre d'agression par le Rwanda. Avant de conclure mon allocution de séjour, je voudrais féliciter ma collègue, l'honorable Catherine Goutani Ara, présidente nationale du Malawi. Je prends mon dernier page. Présidente de l'Assemblée nationale du Malawi pour son leadership dans l'organisation de notre session plénière dans la magnifique ville de Lilongwe. Honorable membres du forum, en votre nom à tous, je voudrais aussi dire à Son Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la République, Monsieur le Président, à vous-même et à votre peuple, vous avez montré que le Malawi est un grand peuple. Nous vous en remercions très sincèrement. Que Dieu bénisse le Malawi. Longue vie à la SADC. Je vous remercie.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was an address by the SADC President and also the Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Christophe Mbosso is expressing the following about the whole plenary session and what it is expected. And of course, what as a region, we should put much effort on in making sure that all what we put together is of benefit to the whole region. Thank you very much. Right now, Your Excellency, it's a performance. This performance is coming from the Bambino Marimba Band. Bambino Marimba Band is a school band that was established in 2009 as part of the Bambino High School Music Club. Here we are to witness a club that has existed as a means of helping young people to discover and develop their musical talent, power of expression, and to gain a deeper appreciation of African music. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this is a band that is led and directed by Ms. Sandra Mukandalile, the Education Director of Bambino Schools. The band is comprised of students from Form 1 to Form 5, ranging from 13 to 17. Over to you, Bambino Marimba Band.
C'est lui le président de... Mbosso. Oui. Président du forum parlementaire de la SADC. Du 30 juin. Du forum parlementaire de la SADC. FC SADC.
51e
Session.
session. Ils appellent ça comment?
Plénière. Hein?
C'est la session.
Hein. J'en suis presque nyonso, hein, les Ambos. Et puis vraiment. Voilà, je tiens avant toute chose. Enfin, Bandi, hein, honorable président, il y a président, hein, il y a. Non. De la...
Thank you very much. Let's move on. With just a minute. Let's move
Merci le docteur Lazarus Mankati, président de la République. On a combo na ya celui wana. Mais Lazarus McCarthy, déjà, président de la République du Malawi, d'avoir rehaussé de sa présence la cérémonie d'ouverture en dépit
Simba,
de
kindly mute.
a bandit d'abord pour s'adresser au président. Excellence, Monsieur le Président, votre présence témoigne de l'importance que vous accordez aux assemblées parlementaires pour la promotion de la démocratie dans notre continent. La promotion de la démocratie, c'est important. Au nom du forum parlementaire et du mien propre.
Simba, please mute.
Thank you so much. A big hand for Bambino Malimba Band, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yes, a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Bambino Malimba Band. Thank you very much, giving us a very big experience, an interesting experience looking at these youngsters here operating this. Thank you very much. We love you and we're so proud of you. Thank you so much. A big hand, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing with the program, let me welcome for welcoming remarks and the introduction of the guest of honor. This one will be done by Honorable Speaker Catherine Gotani Hara, MP. Briefly, a very short statement, and thereafter invite the guest of honor. Thank you very much. If I was in Parliament, I was going to say the Master of Ceremony is out of order. But because it's not Parliament, I will not say that. Your Excellency, Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi and Chairperson of SADC. President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum and Speaker of the National Assembly of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Christopher Omoso Kodia Panga. Distinguished speakers and heads of delegation from members of Parliament of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. Right Honorable Chief Fortune Charumbira, President of the Pan-African Parliament. Honorable Senator Edwin Melvin Snow, Junior MP, representing Right Honorable Muhammad Tunis, Speaker of ECOWAS. The Secretary General of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Ms. Boema Sekuma, present here. The First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Madad Sokazombo, present here. Leader of the House, Honorable Chimwendo Bando. All Cabinet Ministers are present here. The Chief Secretary, Madam Colin Zamba, present here. Leader of Opposition, Honorable Kondwana Nkrumah MP. The Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, His Excellency Omar Ernesto Barroso Paredes, Ambassador of Venezuela to the Republic of Namibia. Members of the Business Committee and the Parliamentary Service Commission from the Parliament of Malawi. Honorable Alfred Gia, MP for this constituency, Lilongwe City Center, present here. And in a special way, the leader of the Malawi SADC chapter, Honorable Ishmael Onani, present here. The mayor of the city of Lilongwe, Your Lordship, Councillor Richard Banda. Traditional leaders present here, Nkosiyama Kosimbera, Senior Chief Kawinga. The regional chairman of Malawi Congress Party, Honorable Chirondora, present here.
the clerk of Parliament and all clerks of Parliament from the SADC region present here, distinguished guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, my duty this morning is to request you, Your Excellency, to deliver your speech to mark the official opening of the 51st session of the SADC Parliamentary Assembly. But before I do so, allow me, Your Excellency, to make a few remarks. At the onset, allow me, Your Excellency, to express my most sincere gratitude to Your Excellency for accepting our request for you to preside over the official opening of the 51st SADC PF Plenary Assembly meeting. We say thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, I am pleased to be joined this morning by my fellow speakers and members from the national parliaments of the SADC member states. Let me therefore take this opportunity to welcome the delegates who are here in person and also those attending virtually. Colleagues, you are most welcome to Malawi. I am certain that you have so far experienced the kind-heartedness of our people, and you have had a chance to appreciate why Malawi is called the warm heart of Africa. Please feel at home. This is the fourth time Malawi is hosting the plenary assembly, and I would therefore like to express my deepest gratitude to the SADC Parliamentary Forum. Your Excellency, the SADC Parliamentary Forum was established in September 1997 during the SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government, which was held in Blantyre. Your Excellency, the SADC Parliamentary Forum was also delighted and excited when you got the news that SADC Summit of Heads of State and Government has approved the proposal to transform the SADC Parliament Forum to be a SADC regional parliament. Interestingly, that decision was made in the very same hotel in August last year. At the time, Your Excellency was taking over the chairmanship of SADC. My fellow members, Malawi has made history. SADC PF was born in Blantyre. If it was a human being, would say it's maturing in Malawi Lilongwe again, because we're now going to be a regional forum. So we as Malawians feel proud because we are part of history. Allow me to mention a few things that, Your Excellency, I consider our region to be among the trailblazers and world leaders. Your Excellency, as it was said by the Secretary General, nearly 40% of the SADC speakers are women. This is Mozambique, Tanzania, South Africa, Zambia, Madagascar, and yours truly, Malawi. This is almost double the global average, which only stands at 22%. Your Excellency, as chairperson of SADC, would like you to take this message to all the heads of state of SADC that we are very grateful as women of SADC because you are showing and leading by example. We are above the world average. So thank you, chairperson, and all the presidents. And 32% of SADC parliamentarians are women. And this is one of the highest proportions in Africa. And we compare very favorably with the likes of Western Europe and North America. Our statistics around young people is not very impressive, but we're not bad. SADC Parliamentary Forum was the first to put norms and standards for elections in Africa. Others only followed us, Your Excellency. We were the first to develop model laws on HIV/AIDS, child marriage, gender-based violence, and the rest followed us. Your Excellency, the way SADC handled COVID-19, I would say we need to pat ourselves on the back. Our figures were not as bad as those who spelled doom on us were expecting. It was because of the SADC leadership. Your Excellency, but where are these stories of excellence? And who is telling any positive stories at all about us? We know the world at large does not expect much from us, and it is less willing to embrace positive stories from all about us. Chimanda Ngozi Andiche warns of the dangers of a single story. The truth is that no one is telling our positive stories. Sometimes not even ourselves, we are not telling our positive stories. We're always going for the negatives. This is the reason you will not hear our positive stories, because we ourselves are not talking about our positive story. Until and unless we start telling these stories ourselves, we will forever be twined with negativity. Let us reject those narratives. Let us tell our own story. It is, after all, our story to tell. SADC-PF would like to thank the heads of state and government for the efforts in women empowerment. However, Your Excellency, more work needs to be done to ensure that the 52% of the SADC population, which are women, are empowered. Your Excellency, SADC region, just like the rest of the world, is faced with numerous challenges in energy, climate change, food crisis, floods, corruption. And SADC-PF, we should choose to be positive. If we only see the challenges or obstacles, we will develop a victim mentality and we will never find the solutions. They say necessity is the mother of all inventions. And others go as far as saying, never let a good crisis go to waste. I believe this is the time we must look at the energy crisis and ask the collective positive questions, such as, what are the opportunities that this crisis offers us? I will leave this question for all of us to ask ourselves. As Duke Ellington said, a problem is a chance for you to do your best. In the other words of Brian Tracy, leaders think and talk about solutions. Followers think and talk about problems. We in the SADC Parliamentary Forum, Your Excellency, are leaders, and therefore we shall talk about solutions. And we will try to be the rainbow in our people's cloud, as Maya Angelou said. Your Excellency, we as SADC region, we pledge that our parliaments are there to support the government to ensure that we do homegrown solutions to our problems. Because for a long time, we have imported or done copy and paste. And that is why we are in some of the problems that we have today. It's time that our parliaments do what is the needful. We need to generate our homegrown solutions to our own problems. Your Excellency, you can assure the rest of the SADC presidents that your parliaments are there and ready to support you in the legislation to ensure that we move and we move our people out of poverty. Your Excellency, before I conclude, I would like to thank the following. The first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Madam Tsoka Zombo, and Honorable Onani. They did most of the background work. Thank you very much for the work well done. I would also like to thank the Secretariat from Malawi Parliament, led by the Clerk of Parliament, and the SADC Parliamentary Forum for collaborating and facilitating this meeting. I would like to thank National Bank of Malawi, Old Mutual, for their financial and material support. With these few remarks, Your Excellency, it is now my singular honor to request Your Excellency to address the gathering. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus Makahe Chakwera, President of the Republic of Malawi and Chairperson of SADC. Your Excellency, sir.
Catherine Godani-Hara, MP, Speaker of the Parliament of Malawi. Honorable Christophe Bosron Kodia Hanga, MP, President of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. All the honorable speakers and leaders of delegation here present. Honorable Senator Chief Fortune Jombira, President of the Pan-African Parliament, and all the members of Pan-African Parliament here present. Honorable Senator Edwin Mervyn Snow Jr., MP, representative of the ECOWAS Parliament. Your Honor, Martin Karolingoga, MP, Speaker of the East Africa Legislative Assembly, attending virtually. All the cabinet and deputy ministers here present. My Lord Justice Kenyatta Nyirenda, Justice of the High Court of Malawi, representing the Chief Justice. Ms. Brahma Sekoma, Secretary General of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, and all members of the SADC Parliamentary Forum here present. Honorable Kondwana Kuma, MP, Leader of the Opposition in Parliament. Ms. Fiona Galemba, Clerk of Parliament, and all the parliamentary staff here present. Honorable Patrick Zebron Chondora, Regional Chairman, Senator of the Malawi Congress Party, and all regional members here present. Your Excellencies, heads of mission, international organizations here present. Your Majesties, Inkos Mbera, the fifth, Inkos Goman, the fifth, Paramount Chief Karinga, and all the traditional leaders here present. Honorable Alfred Gia, Member of Parliament for the Longosito Center, and all the members of Parliament here present. Your Worship, Richard Banda, Mayor of the City of Lilongwe. Reverend Brian Kamendo, officiating clergy, and all religious leaders here present. Distinguished delegates to the 51st Plenary Assembly of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been informed that the Angola delegation was unable to come because in SADC we lost one of our distinguished leaders, the former president, Eduardo dos Santos. Would this forum be so kind as to stand for a minute in honor of the departed former president? Deepest condolences to the Angolan people, and may his soul rest in peace. You may be seated. Excellencies and members, it's an honor to stand before you and address this 51st Plenary Assembly of the SADC Parliamentary Forum. In this respect, I join three of my predecessors who each had this honor bestowed upon them during their time in office. The first was former President Bakir Muluzi, who opened the Plenary Assembly in Mangochi in the year 2000, then followed by late former President Professor Bingwa Mutharika, who opened the 23rd Plenary Assembly in Blantyre in 2007, And soon after, former President Dr. Joyce Banda succeeded him in 2012, she too opened the 32nd Plenary Assembly in Mangochi. For this reason, the SADC family is no stranger to our country, even as you have heard how it was birthed in this country. And so you all should feel at home. It is therefore my pleasure, on behalf of the people and government of Malawi, to welcome you all back to a great Malawi, the warm heart of Africa. Thank you for trusting us to host you as you represent the millions of SADC citizens across our region. Please do not just feel at home, but make yourselves at home. For you are our brothers and sisters, and we are one family. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as you all know from experience, it is in times of hardship, calamity, and uncertainty that we Africans know to lean on those we regard as family. It is encoded in our cultural DNA as Africans to treat our family as our primary social security and anchor when we feel lost at sea as individuals. And so for us as a SADC family, that time of uncertainty in which we must band together for strength and endurance has come. All around us on every continent are rising tides of global and regional upheavals, a time beset with existential threats to our way of life, common purpose, and destiny. Our generation is staring into the chasm of a global recession, economic stagnation, food insecurity, a fragile supply chain, rising global commodity prices, and many enemies of progress looking to exploit the suffering of others to cause social unrest and undermine institutions. We ourselves have felt the turbulence of a disrupted global economy here in Malawi. Following the climate change devastation caused by Cyclone Idai in 2019, we had the disputed election, which triggered 8 months of protests and a closely followed court battle, which led to the annulment of the election and a do-over in June of 2020. And just as we were about to get our economy into high gear, we were hit by the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic, forcing us to put the vehicle of our economy back in neutral through a declaration of national disaster to slow the progression of the virus within our borders. And just as we were starting to recover from that and about to get our economy into gear again, we were hit by tropical storms Anna and Gombe, which left a trail of devastation across our land. And then the knock-on effects of the rising global food, fuel, and fertilizer prices came onto us in quick succession in the wake of the war in Eastern Europe. But in the face of all these shocks, we have remained confident that we will come out of these raging seas stronger and better, primarily because we know that we belong to a great SADC family that knows the importance of leaning on family in times of pain until the darkness passes. And there's no doubt in my mind that the darkness will pass. There's no storm in this world that can break the bonds of solidarity and brotherhood that brings us together. Not only will we survive this storm together, but we are here to resolve to build bridges necessary for reaching a brighter future. So, Mr. President, this is why I have noted with pleasure that the theme of the plenary assembly is, quote, towards energy sufficiency, sustainability, and self-sufficiency in the SADC region, end of quote. I think this is a well and carefully chosen theme. It is in tandem with the Maseru 1996 SADC Protocol on Energy, which recognizes the importance of energy in pursuit of the SADC vision of economic well-being and poverty eradication in Southern Africa. Therefore, I have no doubt that the deliberations of this plenary assembly session will be guided and anchored on the founding principles and objectives of the Southern African Development Community, SADC. As a natural growth from that history, the main drivers of SADC have always revolved around the following objectives. One, to promote equitable and sustainable development that will ensure poverty alleviation and eventually its eradication from the region. Second, to enhance the standard and quality of life of the people of Southern Africa and support the socially disadvantaged through regional integration. Third, to promote common political values, systems, and other shared values which are transmitted through institutions which are democratic, legitimate, and effective. And fourth, to consolidate, defend, and maintain democracy, sovereignty, peace, security, and stability. And fifth, to achieve complementarity between national and regional strategies and programs. And sixth, to combat HIV and AIDS and other deadly or communicable diseases, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. And seventh, to mainstream gender in the process of community development. I'm glad that this last one is being pointed out in this region, this country, and we intend to do better, and where we are faulted, to learn lessons and to forge ahead and pave the way that is truly an example to the rest of the world. It is against this background that I wholeheartedly welcome the theme of this plenary assembly. The scale of the hurdles we face today in the SADC region is unraveling against the background of a decades-long quest to diversify our energy sources and to transition to green renewable energy. Our decades of slumber have faced a rude awakening from the Russia-Ukraine conflict and exposed our vulnerability and insecurity in the area of energy. Our energy security is a threat to our very democracy, Since our democracy is like a coat of many colors, we must realize that we cannot consolidate the gains thereof when our people are struggling with energy needs due to scarcity, inequitable distribution, and ever increasing prices. We cannot progress when we are so stuck in reverse. But a program meant to electrify our people in rural areas only exerts more pressure on the national grid that's already failing to meet present demands. It is my sincere hope that this plenary assembly session will find meaningful solutions to the energy problems that are rocking our region. This would hold the governing institutions of SADC to be accountable in the implementation of various policies and programs, as well as allocation of and use of public resources for promoting justice, equitable and sustainable development for all people of the region. Mr. President, as you're aware, during the summit of heads of state and government, which was hosted by Malawi last year in August, at this very same venue, we approved a proposal to transform the forum into a regional parliament in order to make it a legislative body, as opposed to it being a mere deliberative body. I, as the current chairperson of SADC, would like to pledge my total support and commitment towards the operation of the forum or transitioning to a regional parliament. It is my sincere hope that this is that in being a regional parliament, the forum will now be able to come up with the laws that will help the region tackle its existing challenges. Let me take this opportunity to reiterate my total support towards this transformation and urge all member states to put aside old ways of doing things in the region and invent a new era of executing our regional initiatives to reaffirm the values of our SADC union that will actualize our common aspirations. Let me also take this opportunity to urge all SADC member states to support the programs and activities of our regional parliament for it to achieve its intended objectives. Mr. President and all members of parliament, as representatives of the people, if we are to bring the desired change on the people we represent, we must cultivate the much needed political will to advance the policies that are favorable to the citizenry. We need to walk the talk on various initiatives that we come up with. For example, on the issue of energy, which is the overarching theme for this plenary meeting, I wish to urge our national legislatures to ensure that they enact green energy responsive legislation, allocating adequate funding to mitigate the effects of climate change and also provide the necessary oversight over the energy sector. Our parliament must enact the enabling legal and regulatory frameworks for sustainable energy. Furthermore, I wish to urge member states to make sure that their respective energy authorities are adequately funded so that they are able to rebuild the energy security foundations of the region. Energy authorities must align their policies, plans, and programs to our common vision. In addition, our institutions of higher learning, such as universities and colleges and systems, and even think tanks must refocus their research and development lenses to inform our long overdue transition from overdependence on fossil fuels to green energy, while maintaining our commitment to achieve zero carbon emissions in the near future. Mr. President, I've also noted from the program for this plenary assembly session that the delegates are expected to consider a draft SADC model law on public finance management. This is a commendable initiative. This is one of the principles of good governance. Let me take this opportunity to share with you the strides Malawi has made in domesticating matters of public finance management. I'm pleased to inform you that earlier this year, the Parliament of Malawi passed a bill repealing the old Public Finance Management Act of 2003 and replacing it with a new law that provides a robust legal framework to enhance transparency, accountability, efficiency, and control in management of public resources. And it has already started yielding results in stopping fraudsters in their tracks. The new Public Finance Management Act has provided a framework for primary oversight on budgetary matters in which the public accounts and budget committees of Parliament have been given powers to access all relevant information from government to enable the committees to effectively perform their primary oversight role. Finally, it is my belief that this 51st SADC PF Plenary Assembly session will come up with solutions or resolutions that will help us in the SADC region to resolve the energy challenges that we face and ensure that the region establishes its regional parliament as a matter of urgency. May I take this opportunity to wish every one of you free expressions and deliberations that are fruitful during the entire meeting. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, it is now my singular honor and pleasure to declare the 51st plenary session, assembly session of the SADC Primary Forum officially open. Did you Denise? God bless you all. And thank you for the patience. You will one day, I thank the Son. Attend, muito obrigado. What else? Merci beaucoup. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Amai. Thank you very much. We will continue with this. Thank you very much. Continue with the program. It has pleased His Excellency the President to pause for a good photograph, and the first photograph will be done here.
And this is comprised of the leader of delegations, the speakers, and the leaders of delegation. May you please move forward and join the President.
Speakers and the leaders of delegations. The very first picture in here. Speakers and the leaders of delegations. Thank you very much. This is the first group photograph. And thereafter, when the president leaves, we're going to have another group photograph outside, that is with all the delegates from SADC and National Parliament.
We are about to have a vote of thanks by Honorable Sieso Joel Mohai, representing Speaker of National Assembly of South Africa and the host of the 52nd Plenary Assembly. Let's get our seats. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. As we are approaching the end, let me call for a vote of thanks by Honorable Sesio Joe Mohai, who is representing Speaker of National Assembly of South Africa and the host of the 52nd Plenary Assembly, Honorable Novisiwe Masipa Twakulu. I hope we make it so brief. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Program Director. His Excellency, the Honorable President of the Republic of Malawi, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, His Excellency, the President of the SADC-PF, Speaker of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Honorable Mboso, Honorable Speaker of Parliament of Malawi, Honorable Catherine, President of Pan-African Parliament, Honorable Chief Chikwaram Bira, Speakers of the National Parliament in the SADC region, members of the Executive Committee of the SADC Parliamentary Forum, the Secretary General of SADC-PF, Mayor Boemo Sehoma, distinguished and honored guests, members of the Diplomatic Corps, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable President, we wish to extend our gratitude to the Republic of Malawi for hosting the proceedings of this 53rd SADC-PF Plenary Assembly. Since landing at Kamuzu Banda International Airport, the hospitality extended to all of us by the staff of Malawi Parliament far exceeds our expectation. For this, we remain indebted to you, Mr. President, the Parliament of Malawi, and the people of the beautiful country, the warm heart of Africa. This event presents the Parliament of South Africa with an opportunity to learn, given the fact that our country will host the 52nd SADC-PF plenary session. Our officials are here to learn valuable lessons in their interactions with their counterparts from the Parliament of Malawi. I stand here to deliver a vote of thanks on behalf of the Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of South Africa, Honorable Nosiviwe Mapisa Ngakula, who could not be able to attend the proceedings of the 51st SADC-PF Plenary Assembly due to other parliamentary demands, activities, and circumstances beyond our control. As we might be aware, the Interparliamentary Union Task Force team facilitating the processes of mediation in the current global conflict between Russia and Ukraine is underway with these mediation processes of a fact-finding mission visiting Ukraine and Russia. The Parliament of the Republic of South Africa and the Parliament of the Republic of Namibia are the two countries in the region which are forming part of the IPU task force team engaged in such processes. We wish them unqualified success in this significant work central to global politics and by extension, the work of parliamentary diplomacy. This regional representation by Namibia and South Africa reflects the influence and centrality of our role as a region in the geopolitical realities of our parliamentary work. We remain delighted that
SADC PF has entered transformation phase from a parliamentary forum into a regional parliament. The regional parliament will continue to play a coordinating role in the work of our parliaments as a region. This coordinating role must be extended and find expression in the activities of Pan-African Parliament. To this end, we take this opportunity to congratulate the Southern Africa Regional Caucus for successfully ensuring that the region ascend to the presidency of the Pan-African Parliament. Equally, we wish to acknowledge the presence of the newly elected President of Pan-African Parliament, His Excellency Honorable Chief Fortune Cherembira, on his election as head of such important organ of African Union.
To conclude, we wish once again to extend our gratitude to the Republic of Malawi for being such a wonderful host of the 51st Plenary Assembly of our forum. The President of the Republic of South Africa is ready and looking forward to welcoming you when you attend the 52nd Plenary Assembly in our country. I thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a lot of things from Honorable Seiso John Mohani, representing Speaker of the National Assembly of South Africa and the host of the 52nd Plenary Assembly, Honorable Novese Masipa Kapulu. Thank you so much. Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, this marks the end of the program of the official opening of the 51st Plenary Assembly of SADC Parliamentary Forum. Here we rise for the anthems. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. At your pleasure, you may take leave. When His Excellency leaves the room, may I call upon all delegates from SADC National Parliament to stand outside and wait for the group photograph. Requesting all the delegates from SADC National Parliament to join the president outside for another group photograph.